How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Um, it's kind of a half sunny day today. Yes, I think it's a good day for a conversation.
Oh, I do
And
too.
first, I want to just start right out with congratulations on your Questy Award. You are a 2023 Monarch Agency.
Thank you so much. I have the award right here. I keep it right here close. I'm so proud of it.
So, were you surprised when you won that?
I was very surprised. Angela sent an email and said, "You've won an award. Are you coming to Travel Quest World?" And I sent back and said, "I don't know what this award could be for, who nominated me." And she wouldn't tell me anything. She just said, "Girl, you didn't, you won an award. It wasn't that somebody nominated you, but you won an
Yeah.
award." And so I had no clue what this was.
Well, it's quite an honor, out of all of our thousands of members, this is it's a big deal. Just like your website says, you're a big deal. I noticed that on your website. This award is a big deal.
Yeah, yeah. We did put on there, we're kind of a big deal because we want
We're
people
kind
to
of a
think we're a big deal. So
I loved that. I cracked up when I saw that. Very, very interesting website. So you have been a member of Travel Quest Network since September 13th, 2021.
mhm.
That's a very short time to suddenly be winning questies.
Well, it doesn't seem like a short time to me. It seems like I don't know. I just feel like we have worked for this for a while. We started exploring the travel business when the COVID shutdown happened,
Oh,
and so it we had I had already had some information. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, and when I finally settled on a host agency,
mhm.
I felt like I was ready to go. We'd already sort of investigated what our business was going to look like. We already had a business plan in place. We were ready to hit the ground running. We built a runway for what we were going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's just fantastic. And was that so when you started it in with Travel Quest, was that your first experience in selling travel?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh my.
Other than just booking our own travel and travel for friends and family, we traveled with a group of
Mhm,
family friends,
mhm,
and
mhm.
at one time we took a cruise, and I think there were maybe 21 of us,
Oh, okay.
and so we kind of helped organize that.
Mhm.
But as far as selling it to other people, yeah, Travel Quest is where it started.
Great. Well, I think it's a great place to start myself.
I do too. I do too.
And so you started in 2021, and then I noticed that David is in the business with you now, and he started in July of this year.
Hmm.
So what inspired him to do that?
Well, when we joined, like I said, we kind of had a business plan already in place. We knew that we were going to invest whatever money that we earned, we were going to invest back into education and back into our business. So
Mhm.
we went to the very first Travel Quest World. We were on the World Caribbean cruise.
Oh, okay.
That was our first experience with anything travel related, any conference like that. And David was not a member. He was just my plus one.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
he wasn't able to attend many of the sessions. And so I was going to the sessions and going back to him and doing a big debrief about everything that I was learning. And he was trying to write it all down as quick as he could.
Uh,
And so we got ready to go to this year's Travel Quest World, and it just seemed like a good fit that he needed to join as a sub agent. He could
mhm.
participate in everything that I was participating in. He loves
Yeah.
the whole research cruises. He was already helping me with all of that part of our business,
Mhm.
and he loves it. He has been exploring the launch sequence, and he's been getting all of the cruise vendor certifications, and
Mhm.
he's made his
Mhm.
first sale, and
Oh,
yeah, he's excited.
oh my gosh. So what did he sell the very first sale?
Two cruises, two Carnival cruises.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's pretty cool.
He's
Okay.
pretty excited.
Yeah. Well, I would be too.
Hmm.
Yes. So, what would you? I looked at your website, and I love your website, and I love the name of your agency, Stay Salty Travel. That just
Hmm.
brings up visions of beaches and fun times on in the water, and I love that. And I was looking at your website, and it looks like you're selling all inclusive packages, cruises, and you mentioned group travel. So tell me, first of all, why did you settle on these areas for your niche? And is this going to be it, or are you going to expand that?
Well, we did a little bit of research. We talked to some people at Travel Quest when we first started and felt like we needed to start with what we love and what we had experience with. So we had already been cruisers, we had already been to all inclusive resorts in the Caribbean.
Hmm.
And so that's where we started. When we looked at the preferred suppliers with Travel Quest, they we all had all of the places that we'd already been, all the suppliers that we had already visited.
Hmm.
And number one, that kind of made Travel Quest a perfect fit.
Right.
And then having a little bit of knowledge about the location, the Caribbean, and then some of the suppliers really helped us be able to talk the talk and walk the walk with the
Hmm.
people that we were talking with.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that.
As far as future plans, I think we'll just plan on wherever our clients want to take us. We don't have any interest. No Disney. I don't have any interest in Disney. No, no, no. Too much. But we do have a client who's on a cruise in the Mediterranean right now, and then we've also booked a couple of Alaska cruises, and we've got some interest there. But we're gonna stay with Stay Salty.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So that does make sense to kind of go where your clients want to go. Now, what if you have a customer that you've sent on several cruises and they suddenly, some summer, decide they want to take their grandkids to Disney? What's going to happen?
Well, I think I would be real honest with those clients. If they are my clients, they've already had lots of conversations with me. They know what I love and I know what they love. And I
Mhm.
would be real honest with them and say, I don't have the experience with Disney, but I'm part of this great network of travel
Yeah.
advisors. Let
Mhm.
me hook you up with somebody else. Let me connect you with somebody who does know and does love Disney, and they will do a great job for you.
Well, I have to warn you that that might go as you planned, but then it might be. I had something similar through the years where I wouldn't feel quite comfortable, and my customers would say, "Well, I don't care. You could research that and ask around and find out, and then you handle it." So I'm like,
Oh,
"Okay."
absolutely, but I would be so upfront with them and say, "Total rookie here. You got to be able to learn with me."
Ah, well, and when group travel, what kind of group travel are you focusing on?
Well, we are about to announce a group cruise. Kind of focusing on first time cruisers. We seem to do really well with first time cruisers.
Uh-huh.
And just because we have a lot of information about that, I get excited when I start talking to first time cruisers. So we've worked up a Carnival cruise group that's going to
Mhm.
visit Ocho Rios and Grand Cayman and Cozumel, three great cruise ports. And
Yes.
it's summer over the 4th of July holiday. And we've already got a lot of interest there. So we're excited about that.
Is that what you're referring to on your website when you say big announcement coming soon?
Yes, big announcement. We're going to announce it Friday.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'll be sure and tune in so I can see what you've announced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw that on your Facebook, big announcement coming soon. It that really sparks interest. Yeah,
Well,
I love
it
it.
has. I mean, I have a couple of people that have already responded. What is it? What is it? I'm like, it's a secret. It's a secret. Keep watching. Keep watching. But we're gonna do some early booking bonuses
Mhm.
with the first few cabins that are booked. We're gonna explain all that in a post. But
Oh,
we're excited with that.
okay.
Kind of a cruise
And
with us. It's a cruise with us.
oh, okay. Well,
Mhm.
that's, we love those at Travel Quest. That's we love that kind of group.
Mm.
So will this be the kind of group where you could have a local event to get everyone together and promote it?
We're hoping to. We've reached out to a local radio station,
Uh-huh.
and they're working on an ad for us,
Mhm,
and we're still in kind of a little negotiation about how that's gonna
mhm,
work out,
mhm,
but in our area, there's been a few other radio stations that have put together some cruises. And
oh,
this one that we've reached out to has never done it before. So we're going to have to talk them through some of the logistics of it. But either way, we're going to put some ads on the radio and we're going to get a lot of people. Our Chamber of Commerce has already
okay.
um, offered to promote it and to put some flyers in their office for us and around town. So we're really excited about what this is going to turn
Yeah.
into.
Well, that sounds great. And, does your chamber have an area or a room where you could meet with the group? Do you have a place if you wanted to meet with
They
them?
don't, but there's some places in our little hometown here that will definitely set up some cruise nights.
Yeah.
I've done that in the past at a little Mexican restaurant actually. So
Ooh. Oh, I
and
love
and
that.
yeah, so we're there talking to cruises, and then they're like, "Hey, come on, what are y'all doing? You know, come over and join us." And we booked some Alaska cruises like that. So yeah,
Wow. Yeah,
mhm,
that's pretty awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Um, so on your website, I also noticed that you've got some very interesting articles, and you've got a blog. I love the one where you click on it and it's plan a cruise in 4 easy steps. Do you get a lot of people clicking on that?
We do, and you know what? I wrote that with the help of the content creator that Travel Quest Network uses.
Really? Well,
Yes,
it's an awesome article. I was reading that and I thought, wow, she has got this down and this is easy. You do
and I
make it
tried to
very
make it like every little point is call
wow.
a travel advisor, call a travel advisor. But yeah, I use the content creator to do that.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's great. What about the travel guides? You've got one for Jamaica, San Juan, and Key West. Are you going to be adding more locations to those travel guides?
Yes, because I need to do some for our upcoming cruise. I need to do one for Grand Cayman and for Cozumel. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, did you also use Content Creator to get those, or did you just write those from experience? Or
From experience, I had a little bit of inspiration from a different piece, a piece of content that I had, but we sort of pulled some pieces together to create that.
Mhm.
But it was from our own experience that we've had.
That's great. That's great. And you also have well, you have a lot about Alaska, which is I love. You know, Alaska is kind of my thing. And you've got all kinds of articles in different ways of traveling to Alaska and how to view it and different things to book. And then you also kind of have a focus on traveling with children. And I loved the one about packing tips
Hmm.
for traveling with children. And then you've got international foods that are family friendly. So how did you come up with all of that? That's
All of that came from our client. All of it.
Oh my
If they had a question,
mhm.
I was researching it. I was typing it up because I didn't want to have to research it twice. So I just typed it up and did a blog post. And
Uh-huh.
now, if somebody else asks it, I've got it. It's a link, and I just send it in an email. Yeah.
That's very smart, Ellen. Very, very smart. Um, and the all-inclusive section, you've got 5 tips to make the most of an all-inclusive, and
Hmm.
you also have 5 mistakes to avoid when you book all-inclusives.
And I'd made those with Content Creator as well.
Oh, you did?
Yes. Yep.
Oh,
It's so good to get the ideas, and
yeah.
then you can kind of go in and edit it and make it sound like it's you and put in your own experiences. I love Content Creator.
They're very interesting articles.
Mhm.
I told you before we started this recording that I got on your website and I couldn't get out of it. It
That's
was,
good.
yeah, so much interesting reading, and I love it. I love it. So tell me, we have a lot of new members that are starting that have joined Travel Quest, and some of them are kind of in the same, stage that you were in. They haven't sold any travel. So, what would you tell them, advise them now that you've had a few years working at this? What kind of advice could you give a new member that's just starting?
Something that we did is we worked our business like a business, and every day we had business hours, and we set business hours 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock,
Mhm,
Monday through Thursday, a couple hours on Saturday. And
mhm,
even if we didn't have anything to research, anything to book, we still spent that time in training and learning about different places,
mhm.
doing the supplier certifications,
Yeah.
learning about marketing or creating some marketing things.
Mhm,
We just dedicated that time, and even if we didn't have the 4 hours, it's I've got to spend at least an hour in my business today, and we touched it every day. Make the investment; it's worth it. Build, get your roots in, send
mhm.
stuff out to the website universe. Um, but also invest in yourself and the education. I really feel like us going to Travel Quest World, and then we did one other industry event. We get a lot out of Travel Quest World, and just the connections you make, the people you meet. You build your own little personal network of people that you can reach out to for questions or help, or your own little accountability group.
Mhm,
um, just
mhm.
just reach out to people, and just really take your business serious.
That is excellent advice. And do you also recommend that they have a niche like you did? Focus on.
Oh, for sure. It, there's the world is too big to have to think about being an expert in everything.
Mhm,
I think the smaller the niche, the better. And I
mhm,
think you would feel more comfortable the smaller the niche. I know it's
mhm.
probably, um, you think that, oh, I have to be able to sell everything, but you have to be an expert in something, and so just pick something you love and become an expert in that, and people will come to you when they realize that you know what you're talking about.
And I think it makes a difference when you're trying to sell a product, and get someone to give you thousands of dollars, invest in a trip, that you appear confident, that
Mhm.
you know what you're doing. Yes.
Just like we were talking about Disney, I would not feel comfortable talking to somebody about Disney. I would have to tell them I know nothing, but if you want me to book it, we'll do it. But we're gonna have to learn together. But when it comes to something in the Caribbean, I
Mhm.
got you. I can do that.
Yes. Okay, great. So, there was something else that I had noticed about you. You're on a list in one of my files. You are in a very you're a really small exclusive group. A lot of our members qualify every year for a complimentary coaching session,
Mm.
and they don't take advantage of it. But I remember yours very clearly. It it was, in 2022, and you were ready for that session,
Mhm.
and I was exhausted by the time we
I'm sorry.
but when we ended it and later on, I was thinking about it, I thought, "You know what? She's gonna use this. And it wasn't anything I said. You were just telling me your thoughts and getting some confirmation back,
Mhm.
and, you had a lot going on, and now you have a Questy Award.
Yep. I
Good for
and
you.
I think right after that, I posted in our Facebook group, if
Mhm.
you have a coaching call and you're not going to use it, give it to me because I want to talk to Velma more because she is my favorite person of Travel Quest. And I
Oh, it's
remember that
funny.
call too. You helped
Mhm,
me with
mhm.
my email list. And I remember
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I
Mhm.
had 7 people on my email list,
I remember.
and within a couple of months, I had over 100
Yeah.
just from the tips that you gave me from that call.
That's fantastic.
Yep, yep,
I love to hear that. I love to hear
mhm.
that because, when I have someone tell me, "Oh, no, I don't do any email or newsletters because I just don't have enough on my list," I'm like, "Well, then you need to grow it." That
You need to ask, and this is what you said, you need to ask everybody you know for their email address, and that's what I've started doing.
and once again, I say, "You have a Questy Award."
I have a Quizzy award.
Well, Ellen, I really appreciate you taking time because I realize that you're not even in your work hours right now, and you'll be working later on
Mm.
today. And I appreciate you taking the time for this.
Oh,
And
I love talking to you, Velma. You anytime, anytime.
okay, all right. Well, you know what? I may take you up on that. Sometimes it's hard for me to track someone down that will stop long enough to make a recording. So
Mhm.
this is
Okay.
great.
I'm your
And,
girl.
maybe sometime we'll have you and David.
Yes, he would love that. He would
Yeah,
love that. Mhm.
yes, great. All right. Well, I've appreciated talking with you, and you have a good day.
Thank you, Vilma. You do the same.
Thanks. Bye.